Okay, as you can see, everybody's eating their breakfast. Okay, and we're picking our breakfast up. So, let's go feed the chickens here. And I already got eggs from them, which that's early. Usually they lay in the afternoon. But 3 of them decided to get with it. I guess so. It's nice and cool. Hi, Loss. Hi. Hi, babies. Hi, chickies. Good girls. I know. I told you I'd bring you back some greens. I picked some kale and some mustard greens for them. And they are hungry. There you go. Go get it. Get it, Cecilia. Oh, little Miss Dot. She got little tiny polka dots on her. And she lays the biggest eggs out of all these big girls. And she's tiny. Ooh, they like that kale. See, fresh greens for these girls every day. You guys made a mess of that. So, let me give them, I have their, this is a pellet layer, and I put diatomaceous earth on it. That's why you see a little dust. Actually, I drink diatomaceous earth in the morning, if I remember. I mix it with water. It doesn't taste like anything, and it's very good for you. Good for your digestion, good for your hair. You want to make sure you get food grade. You can use it for a lot of things. Okay, so I need to still clean this out, but for the sake of the video and time, I'm going to go start the garden tour. Okay, enjoy, girls. I'll be back. And when I'm home on the weekends, a lot of times I'll come give them a midday snack as well. So, let's do the raspberries first. Oh my gosh. I watered this side really deep. I try to water this side at least once a week, really deep. And then this side gets water from the lawn, as well as once a week I soak that side down pretty good. So I got to make sure you can see my finger. Oh, we've got raspberries. Look at these. These are beautiful. And I still have that sun scald or whatever it's called on these, because there's no way we're going to put a building or a shade type of deal over this. And last year, what happened was, after a while, I stopped getting that on the berries. So, handful of berries. And we're going to have a garden omelet, because I have 3 eggs from the girls. Can't get any fresher than that. Now this kind of got dried up, so we'll toss that. Get these berries picked. Oh, they're beautiful. I have a volunteer green bean, pole bean here, so if the dogs don't eat them all, which they have been, you know, when they're out and about. Oh, here's another pole bean, and it's flowering. They do pick their own if they can reach it. We have Ragnar is a veggie and fruit eater. He likes raspberries, green beans, kale, Swiss chard. Anyway. Okay, so there's some big berries right there I got to get to. And they've got that scald on them. Dang it. That's too bad. This one doesn't. Oh yeah, it does. It does too, but we can eat around that. Okay. I wish we could put, like, I might have Michael put up some kind of a shade thing, but yesterday we had such high winds, it would have been in the neighbor's yard. So as you can see, these berries are doing fantastic. They're so loaded with berries. Once they start ripening, I don't know how I'm going to keep up. We are loaded. Everything you see standing up here has berries on it. Look at that. Oh, so wonderful. Oh, that's an old one. Should have brought my basket out here. But there's a couple old ones out here. I must be slacking. Just drop them. Or if they've got that really bad scald, I leave them. All right. Oh, and there was rabbits living in here. But Miss Sage decided that they didn't need to live here. And she chased them off. Okay, so these aren't quite ripe, but you can see we are just loaded. And these plants are taller than I am now. I'm all of 5'1", but they are big. Not these down here aren't quite as tall as I am, but almost. Some of them are. Okay, I wanted to show you. Now, we haven't planted this new raised bed yet. It's a fall plant, so I'm waiting for my seedlings, my seed starts to be big enough. And this one, though, we've got, as you can see, onions, but there's little baby carrots. Little baby carrots. No sign of the asparagus yet, but the carrots are coming up all over the place. I can just see them, so I'm excited. We're going to have some fall carrots. And if you've never grown carrots in a garden for yourself, oh my goodness, you need to. They're delicious. Little pear tree. Pears are doing good. Right there. And we haven't planted this bed either. I still haven't decided how to keep the dogs from walking through it. Raspberries and a little blackberry over there, but this is the gooseberry, and look at all the green leaves. Guys, it's coming back. So they're hard to kill because that plant was in the ground for about 4 years, and we dug it up and moved it, and not very carefully either. I just need to prune back all that dry, dead stuff and let it thrive. Next year we'll get gooseberries again. Yay! My one Honeycrisp apple. Woo! Well, I've got some over on this tree too. Honeycrisp, Honeycrisp. So I have some fails, I feel, in the garden this year, and that is these baskets did not do very well. They just aren't doing good. I don't know. So next year, if I do something like that, I'll do flowers or something. But it was an experiment. I think they dry out too much during the day, even though I water them and keep them moist. It's, yeah. But we got successful carrots here, an unsuccessful tomato plant. That is a boxcar willy, and it does not like that spot. In fact, I probably could dig that up and move it and maybe get something out of it. But green beans, and these guys are not doing as well as they were last year. But by this time last year, I was picking off these plants. But we're going to amend this bed either this fall with a bunch of manure and let it compost in, or next spring get in here with a little rototiller, get it tilled up, and get some of this dirt out of here and replace it with good compost. Yeah, see? They're sad. I mean, these little radishes, they're still okay, but they don't look like they're going to do much. So there's that. The grapevine's still hanging in there. We still have parsley everywhere. And these are the Heinz variety tomatoes. I just saw some flowers starting on these. So, and look, the rhubarb is back. You can't keep these guys down, I'm telling you. Rhubarb. I pick some for my client. Every time she's in the salon, she either she bought pie filling, and I picked her some fresh rhubarb because she absolutely loves it. So she buys something rhubarb from me every appointment. Some people have styling products in their cabinet. I have styling products and jams, jellies, and pie filling. Okay, green beans over here. And I feel like these have been a success. I picked a quart of green beans off of these the other day. And there's a few in here that are getting close. So it'll be a few days, but we'll be picking again. You want to keep picking your green beans and they'll keep producing. So I have a basket over here, colander, that I started. So I'm going to put those berries in there. Got my eggs this morning, and I'm going to go over here and pick some of these bunching onions. Even though they're tiny, it allows the other onions to go ahead. And I try to pick the biggest ones out of the group. And I haven't watered this morning, so I don't want to break it. Look at that. Delicious. It'll be perfect in our omelet. And then we have a visitor. Hi, Shotzi. And here comes Ragnar. No, I don't need your nose. So there's two. Want one more. Oh, and this was the plant that had all the blossom end rot. But now we have new tomatoes with no blossom end rot, as you can see. And I treated this with bone meal. So there's a lot of things you can do, but bone meal really works. Uh-oh, somebody didn't eat their breakfast, and Sage is cleaning it up. Shotzi, you didn't eat? Okay, I want 4 of these little guys. Okay, so I have 4, and we'll wash those off, and I use the tops all the way to the ends. Take off the brown, and you're good to go. So there's that. We've got some squash I saw. Look at baby carrots. I picked one up because I've been in here just thinning, and I picked one yesterday and ate it. It was the most delicious thing I've eaten. I just love it. And I believe these are mustard greens. So I'm going to grab a couple because collards are heavier. So I'm going to grab a couple of those to dice up in our omelet. Then we have asparagus, and I will be transplanting that in the fall to that bed out there once I pick the carrots. I don't call these beans a fail at all. I've picked several times now, just a couple here and there, but as you can see, they're producing green beans, and that's all we can ask for. And we've got kale. One of those I consider the chicken kale. And rhubarb. And look, I picked on this plant yesterday. They love to be picked on. And so I could pick on this today. In fact, I am going to pick some more today to make rhubarb lemonade. I got lemons in the discount section of my grocery store. Has a produce markdown. And they had a bag of lemons for 49 cents. So I bought them, and I'm going to make lemonade. Yeah, see, that's collards too. Or not collards. This is the collard green, and they're more of a cabbage type leaf. And this, I believe, is the mustard green. And I could totally have that backwards. I'm going to grab one more. One more for breakfast. Gotta have your greens. And I see a radish that looks ready. Get you out. Oh, goodness gracious, look at you. Surprise, surprise. I love radishes. I'm going to try to plant some when the weather really starts cooling down, because they only take about 23, 24 days. Okay, let's go pick squash. And this little tomato plant is still producing. I've got green tomatoes there, but know that the red robins are going to produce and probably quit. So potatoes and asparagus, onions. I got onions around the potatoes here. And tomatoes. This is the brandy wine. It's just now kind of flowering and putting fruit on. The early girls, I highly recommend them. Ooh, we need a pepper, don't we? Let's have one of these peppers in our omelet. Yum. Yeah, look at these. It's a purple cayenne. Let's have 2. Oh, it's green on the backside. Look at that. It's like a clown. These are spicy, but they're not extreme heat. Okay, these, I got a couple of beans here, but I want to wait till they're a little bit bigger. And my pride and joys over here are cucumbers. And these are going to be loaded. And these are pickling cucumbers, but look, I've got little cucumbers everywhere. Right there's a couple. So we'll make refrigerator pickles. I still have pickles canned in the pantry, so I don't know that I'll be doing that, but I'm definitely going to be doing a bunch of refrigerator pickles. And doesn't it look beautiful? I love how cucumbers look. Just gorgeous. And they can sprawl all over. Now, this is an example of Ragnar eating my Swiss chard, so I might have to move that pot. Because he just goes by and sticks his head in there and starts eating. More cucumbers. Green beans are just, these things, amazing. Amazing. Now, onions in here are doing great. But I spy squash. Let's go get it. Okay. Oh, volunteer dill. Volunteer green beans, and they're vining up into the tomato plant, which is fine. Look at all that dill. I've got dill in here everywhere. And peppers. I've got peppers everywhere. These cucumbers are all flowering and getting ready to give me some good stuff. Oh my goodness. Just love it. Let's see. There's a nice looking squash right here. Okay. Nice. And I believe there's a zucchini over here. There's my volunteer zucchini plant, and it's flowering. But I believe there's a zucchini somewhere hiding. I don't know if it's this one. There's little babies, though. Check that out. One baby zucchini in there. And this is my volunteer tomato plant. Oh, I see a tomato that I need to pick. And this is that early girl bush variety. I'm not all that impressed. I mean, it's got tomatoes on it, but kind of a short, squatty little thing. And this is a beefsteak tomato. Let's see, I better pick that before. Oh yeah, this is a nice tomato here. Look at that. Not what I would call a beefsteak size, but perfect. I'm not picky. Oh. I may have to leave those and come back with my colander. Yep. Oh, there's that zucchini. And you know what? I'm going to leave that one. I've got the yellow squash. I'm going to leave this zucchini on for a couple of days. This is the Romanesca variety, and they scallop on you. And it is the best panko crusted fried zucchini. It's just delicious with pesto and panko breadcrumbs. And now that tomato is still a little orange for me, so I'm going to leave it on. And there you go. And, oh, more dill. More dill. That dill is ready, but the only thing I can do with it right now is dry it for dillweed, so, which I may do. So it doesn't, dill. Okay, let's go over here. Now I thought this was a boxcar willy. Now I'm not sure. Well, no, I think this is the boxcar willy, and it's got a little tomato on it. I thought this one was a boxcar willy, but I'll show you it is not. It is, let's see if I can find any in here. It's a Roma. Look at these little baby Romas. You can see them. There's bigger ones in here somewhere, but those are Romas. That's not a boxcar. So this is a huge plant. And these are all green beans. I've got to get back in here and pick. And there's the back side. Let's get over here. Get my food. I'll get my produce in. Okay, now look at, I have snow peas. Aren't they cute? I love it. Snow peas. And that's another thing that I'll be planting for fall when it cools down a little bit, because you'll still get peas. Go ahead and do it. Okay, and then this tomato plant I've kind of left. Look at all those green beans. You just have to get down in there and dive in. But this one is another one of those Heinz variety tomatoes. And look at these beautiful aromas in here. These plants are just great producers. They produce big, heavy fruit, very meaty, makes great sauce without a lot of water in it. So let's see if we've got, yeah, see on the other side, here's the other side of that tomato plant, and it's got bunches of aromas down there too. It's gonna be lovely to pick though from, because like right now I gotta get in here for green beans, but I'll do that after breakfast. So another, ooh, get this thistle out of here. I don't know why I have so many thistles. Somebody flowered and reproduced, I guess. Okay. All right, so there's an overview of the garden, and those, look at how big that beefsteak is, that one over there. I mean, these plants are healthy. The ones that are thriving are really healthy. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough this year, tomato-wise, to put up the amount of tomatoes products that we would need for the year. I made it, last year I made enough, but I can always go to a farmer's market before farmer's markets end and grab, you know, show up right before the end of the day and get a good deal on a box of tomatoes and come home and can. Okay, that's my story. Beautiful morning. Oh my gosh, love it. The dogs, look at, here he is. Ragnar, no, get your nose out of there. Those are my green beans. Those are mine. I don't need you up here either. Okay, tail waggers. All right, let's look at our basket of goodies. That's pretty cool. Gotta love it. Yum. That will make a hearty breakfast. So I've got a little bit of ham that I can cut up, and if we need some ham to have inside, and I think Shotzi likes them too. Shotzi, do. You don't need that? No, Mama. All right. That's all for today. Bye.